Today we're going to talk about species. Species are unique organisms that can reproduce and give fertile offspring. Now, what does this mean? This means that you can have two cats and they can mate, and then their kittens will grow up and they will be able to breed and have kittens of their own. Okay, basically that's what it means to be able to reproduce and have fertile offspring. Now, there are some issues where we do have organisms breeding, but they're not giving rise to fertile offspring. A prime example of this would be the breeding of a horse and a donkey, which generate the offspring a mule, and the mule is sterile. So that's not a demonstration of reproductive success. So to make a species, the organism has to be able to reproduce and give off fertile offspring. Okay? So the difference between pre- and post-zygotic barriers, well, first of all, you got to understand what zygotic means. And zygotic means when you have your male have sperm and females have eggs, and once these two unite, it becomes a fertilized egg, which is then called a zygote. Okay, so pre-zygotic means before the fertilization occurs, there are problems with fertilization. Either the organism does not have the correct equipment, or the behaviors of these two organisms do not attract each other, or these organisms live so far apart that they're never going to get together. Sometimes there are chemicals that interfere with fertilizations. Organisms create their own chemicals, and during mating there may be some chemical that inhibits the sperm from fertilizing the egg. So those are pre-zygotic barriers. Post-zygotic barriers would be barriers which form after the fertilization process has occurred and a zygote is formed. And that would be basically the organism that is produced is sterile. So that would be, one of your post-zygotic barriers, and those organisms are called hybrids. And usually hybrids are sterile. So needless to say, these organisms that are produced and they are sterile, they can't breed. They just exist and then they die. Okay? So this is how species are identified and the differences between the pre- and post-zygotic barriers. Have a great day.